Hopefully you can hear me. Let me mute this. Do I still have an echo? Give me one moment, please. Okay, there's a little bit of a lag, but can everybody hear me okay? Okay, good, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Jerry. Hi, all Fired Up Craft and Lounge. Hi, Blunts and Gems. And I think you said your name is Sam. Hi, Lois. Hi, Jenny Rose. Hi, Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Hi, Mystical. Hi, Chaotic. Hi, Tia. And I think that's everybody so far. Tia, is it okay if I make you a moderator? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Mickey. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to be diamond painting on my Chuck Pinson Autumn at Belmead. It is another big diamond painting. It's 93 by 70 centimeters, and I work rows at a time. So I'm currently starting my third row, and hopefully I will make a little progress on this today. But after this, I have some more book reviews to write, so I don't know how much time I can spend diamond painting today. Tia, if you can hear me, can I make you a moderator? Possibly. Let's see. Okay. Just checking the studio, make sure everything is okay. Thank you so much, All Fired Up. I appreciate that. So let me get started. Hi, Melanie. I am currently in a little bit of a color blocking area, but that'll pass pretty quickly because I am huge on multi-placing. I'm using a metal multi-placer. I got two sets at Amazon, one in bronze, one in silver, and they don't break anymore. So even though I used to diamond paint with up to 20 multi-placers, they break all the time. Hi, Randy. Welcome. So how's everybody doing today? And did everybody stay up all night, or how many of you guys stayed up and how many of you all slept? I stayed up with Timar till about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then I called myself going to sleep, but I use oxygen and CPAP to sleep, and my oxygen machine malfunctioned 3 or 4 times last night. So I have to call the company to have somebody come out and fix it. So I might as well have stayed up, and I guess I should have because I guess Billy and Timar were on all night, so I should have just stayed up. Mutnut, you haven't been asleep and you haven't missed a live yet. Well, Jenny Rose, I'm glad you got a little sleep. Somebody's outside mowing the lawn, but they're not my direct neighbor. They're across the street at the gas station mowing, so sorry for that background noise. It's a pretty big area that they have to mow. Straightening up my drills here. Thank you to Crashly and Mickey for helping me to realize how to um, do two screens. I appreciate that. Hi, Danielle. Thank you for coming, and I'm glad you got some sleep. Would you mind if I made you a moderator? I would feel better if I had at least one moderator. Hi, Catherine. Let's see. Have I missed any? If I missed anybody, please forgive me. And I know there's a little bit of a delay, probably because I'm looking at this on my. Okay, I was not even on this. So let's make sure that. Okay, I just turned YouTube on my iPad. Am I? Is my volume still okay? I just want to. Okay, great, great. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Alrighty, so let me get on to this painting. I'm working on the sky now. I have to tell you something. First of all, when I started cross stitching, I stopped diamond painting, and I even stopped working on my jigsaw puzzles. And so I always heard of DP with Sparklers and Tima's name, but to be quite honest, I wasn't paying any attention to it. Well, I watched part of her live last night and saw her blinging up a butterfly, and now I keep looking through my Gems Flow app to see what diamond paintings I have that I can bling up. So I am so grateful for this Craft-a-Thon because I probably would have never even checked out her channel and learned how much you can change the appearance of your diamond painting. That was stunning to me. I was just totally impressed. Totally, totally impressed. So I was looking at Space for Reflection, another Chuck Pinson I have, and that has some sky and late night and a little looks a little bit like lightning, but it's probably not. It's just the view. So I think that's the one that I'd like to try when it comes to possibly um, blinging something up. So I'm just really excited that that option is out there. And Randy, I know that you have something to do with it, so I'll be checking you out more closely as well. See, I see I'm looking up, so let me adjust this so I'm not looking straight up. Sorry, I have bifocal, so when I go to read, I um, I look up. It's kind of strange because I look down over the top of my glasses when I'm diamond painting, but when I read the text on my iPad, I have to look up. So that's why you see my face, my head changing position so much. Let's see. Go right here. So what's everybody working on right now? Oh, okay, I'm glad that you understand that. I'll fire it up. And Debbie, yeah, yeah. Fortunately, though, for my laptop, which is over to my right, I have it on some kind of a swivel arm and a base, so it's about maybe 14 inches off of my desk, so that when I'm sitting facing to the right where my desk is in my keyboard drawer, I can look straight over and I don't have to use my bifocals because I have raised the screen to the upper part of my glasses. But there's no way I can read this text on this live stream looking out the top of my glasses. I just can't see it clearly. So, Which Way by Molly Harrison. I'm not sure I've seen that one. I think Fashawn was telling me about that one, but it's good for Halloween. I know that Halloween is coming up before long. Hi, Rochelle. Welcome. Nice to see you. Chaotic, I'm not sure if I said hi, but I'm sorry your daughter isn't sick, and I hope that she feels better soon. Let me see if I missed anybody else. I don't think I've missed anybody else. Okay. I know me sitting here working on one color is not exciting, but I should be done with it in about 10 minutes, hopefully. And then I can start with the confetti. As a matter of fact, oh, I got to drill that part. Let's fix that. Just trying to fix the drill. I just took it completely out. These two rows that I did over on the right were like 95% confetti. You can see part of it there. All of this up here was confetti. Let's go back. Okay. Sorry, Rebecca, I just shared that. Nice to see you, Rebecca. Thank you. How are you, Rebecca, and how did you sleep last night? How long did you last watching the lives? Oh, I think we should all give a shout out to three ladies, Rebecca, Crashley, and Mickey, for setting this up. I'm sure it was a painstaking, uh, painstaking effort to organize so many of us in a 3 day period. And I do appreciate being included, and I appreciate all the work that went into it. I did, Rebecca. I thought I did um, Danielle and Tia, maybe. Let me try this again. Tia, see if you come up as moderator, please. I'm not sure. Oh, you lasted till 3 a.m.? Okay, you got an extra hour on me. I lasted till close to 2 when my husband was coming in from work. There you go, Tia. Thank you so much. I thought I did, but I haven't live streamed in a good year, and I don't know when I'll live stream again after this. But I'm busy on the channel though. I think I've got about 300 videos up this year alone. So I'm busy, but I'm just not live streaming. Thank you, Danielle. All right, good. We've got two moderators. I love that you guys call each other sis. It's so funny because last night, Tia, on your live, you said sis had made some blanks, I think, for pens that you're turning, or it looked like blanks. And I'm like, oh, Tia has a sister that's into crafting. And then it dawned on me that she was talking about a sister in the community, and I thought that was really sweet. I do have a sister that crafts. Her name is Ari, which is where my daughter's name came from, and she diamond paints and she crochets. And I know she's got a third. Oh, she's sewing now. She bought a sewing machine. Yes, definitely sisters in the community. What do I do on my videos? I do it all, but well, mainly I am a professional book reviewer. So the majority of my content is related to my reading. And so I try to review every single book I read, which is why I've done several hundred videos this year already, because I've already read 425 books this year. So therefore, there's probably 400 plus videos that I've made this year so far. But I also do wrap ups, and I've been doing a lot of whipping chats. Like while I'm working on this diamond painting, I will just do a little bit of catch up and talk about what I'm doing in between each whipping chat. I plan to try to do 3 or 4 of those a week. I don't want to set a day for those because every time I set something in stone, I fall short. So I just do them as I get past 3 or 4 books. And I am a cross stitcher, but I've kind of pulled away from that because I got really excited about some of these diamond paintings that I'm working on. And when I get back to cross stitching, I'll definitely do stitching chats because I can easily do both. Yeah, it is a lot of reading, and I'm reading about 2 books a day, sometimes two and a half. This month is a little slower because I'm trying to get all of my book review videos recorded, edited, thumbnails, links, and all of my book reviews written for the month of September and part of October. So I'm trying to get several weeks ahead of schedule. So my reading is just a wee bit slower. Not a lot slower, but just a little bit slower. And yes, all fired up. I'm definitely busy. And along with doing all this stuff on my channel, sometimes I will talk about mental health because I do struggle with mental health issues. So I will talk about that from time to time. And then besides that, I babysit quite a bit. Like Monday through Wednesday, my little 2-year old granddaughter stays at my house. So that keeps me busy. And then usually on the weekend, I babysit my other 2 grandchildren, Demetrius and Olivia. But I already told Ari last week that this weekend was off. And she still called me about an hour ago to beg. I'm like, no, Ari, let me have the weekend off. Um, I choose all of my own books, Debbie, but the way that I get the books that I review is I started off with a website called NetGalley or netgalley.com. And on NetGalley, they list books every single day and you choose the books that you want to review from there. But because of the prolific nature of my reviewing, I have gotten started being contacted by publishers and publicists, and so they constantly send me something that's called widgets, which is a direct link to books. So I choose from those widgets. I don't accept them all. Like there's one that came up that something might come up like, say, for example, fantasy or horror. I won't choose those. But nothing is ever chosen for me. And because I choose what I want to read, I pretty much am curating everything that I want to read. So by far, the majority of my book reviews are positive, mostly 4 and 5 stars. But there are times that I choose a book or a publisher or an author that doesn't bring me joy, and I have to either DNF, which is do not finish a book, or rate a book 2 or 3 stars. But that doesn't happen much because I'm pretty good at choosing what I want to read. Plus, I'm a series fanatic, which means that if I get a book for review and it's part of a series, I will go to my online library via Hoopla or Libby and get all of the connected books and read them all. And let's say if it's number 17 in a series, then I'll read the first 16. And then on my channel and on my blog, I will do a series review. So, like, if I were to say review a series on my channel, that video might end up being 35 or 40 minutes. And if I review a series on my blog, that blog post will be pages and pages long because I give love to every single book that I read. I had some good things happen to me with reading this week. Number one is one of the authors, Suzette B. Harrison, sent me a gift. So I have this beautiful coaster that arrived yesterday. She loves my book reviews. Whoops, there's no release paper on there. I didn't want that plastic to stick. So I got this gorgeous poster from a very, very good African American writer, and her name is Suzette D. Harrison. So I got that gift. But the other gifts that I get with regard to my reviewing is between my blog, my channel, and my Twitter is authors. I put my pen down somewhere. Oh, there it is. Authors are very, very grateful for the work I do. And one author said on Twitter, Facebook, my channel, and my blog that I made her cry. So I don't mean to make them cry, but when they write a great historical fiction book, which is by far pretty much one of my favorite genres, I guess I wax poetic about it, and I really impressed her with that. So that's what I do. No, Tia, I don't. And the reason I don't is there's a lady, her name is Kristen Adams. She makes digital planners and sells them on Etsy. And I bought a digital planner about 4 months ago, but her typical digital planner is 70, will allow you to read 70 books in a year. Well, I'm going to read 600 plus books this year. And because I read so many books and I also join in challenges every month, she customized my planner. So she's been working on it for months. And so once that planner is ready, and she said it'll be ready today or tomorrow, actually, I will bring in all those covers that you used to see me do on my planner, Tia, all those book covers for every book I've read this year, every favorite book, all my stats. I already have them organized on my devices and on my laptop so that I can convert them to my new digital planner. And once I receive that digital planner, I'm sure I will be making videos on that. So that's why I'm not using the paper planner, because I'm switching to digital. And it will be, I can't think of the word I want to use, but I'll use the word consecutive. In other words, it will be, I'll be able to use it in 2023, 2024, etc. So that's why I'm not using the paper planner for my books. Now, I could have been tracking all my books for the months that Kristen has been creating my planner, but like I said, I've been saving things in digital files so that when I get that planner, I can spend an afternoon and convert everything over to that. I put an extra drill there. That's a mistake. Okay, it's fixed. Yeah, Tia, I already am a spreadsheet fanatic or even a spreadsheet queen, to be honest. And everything has been digital for a long time, but the paper planners have been a part of my life for a few years. But now that I am going to be working with Kristen's planner, yeah, I think I'm pretty much going to be strictly digital. Okay, Rochelle, you need a good book for historical fiction. Oh my goodness. Anything by Suzette Harrison, Kate Hewitt, um, Anna Stewart. I throw those three names out. Anna Stewart, Kate Hewitt, and Suzette D. Harrison. Why don't you jot those three names down and get back to me? And I'm sure I can come up with a lot more names if I think a little bit more about it. Hi, Berta. Let me scroll back to see if anybody came in that I haven't yet spoken to. I'm looking, other than Berta, I think I've said hi to everybody. Oh, I'm not even in live chat. I'm in um, top chat. So, hi, Berta. And I think I've said hi to everybody else. You just got waxed. You're not hearing me anymore. Oh my gosh. You and my daughter wants to know where she got her jeans from, because I don't even have to, might be TMI, but I barely even have to shave my legs because I am the least hairy person you know. So it's kind of funny. Diana Gabaldon, um, I want to read the Outlander series, Dawn, but I haven't yet. And I do know that there's a book I think coming out in 2023. So that's, she's in my mile high TBR. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, what kind of plot lines can we expect in historical fiction, books, romance, murder mystery? Okay, for historical fiction, by far the majority that I read are World War II. And most World War II fiction books that I had been reading up until 2022 took place in the UK, just in London. But lately, I'm reading books about World War II that took place in France, in Portugal, in Italy. And what you can expect is to find one of two things seem to pop up for me, is people that are escaping Auschwitz, which means some books are taking place in Germany, or other murder camps, or two, spies to thwart the Nazi army. So, I mean, the Nazi force. So, either I'm reading about Auschwitz and prisoners, or I'm reading about spies. Those are the main plot directions that historical fiction goes in for me. For romance, there's tropes. It could be friends to lovers. It could be enemies to lovers. It could be second chance romance. Those would be some of the things you can look forward to in romance. Um, Romance for me, thank you, Jess. Hi, by the way. Romance for me is best when there's a child involved. Believe it or not, like a mother who has, say, a 7 or 8 or a 10-year-old child, and she finds love. I like to see how her intended connects to that child because I'm a family first person, so that's what I look for when sometimes I select books. Now, Jet Mutnut says that she only reads James Patterson. I have read 90, between 90 and 100 of his books. Mutnut, yeah, James Patterson is my favorite author, actually. I definitely do a both combination of reading and audiobooks all fired up. For audiobooks, I use Kindle text to speech, which is just something in a setting where I can listen to the book so that I can diamond paint. But I'm also now part of some digital ALC, which is audio listening copy programs. So now I've got 30 or 35 audiobooks. And like one audiobook I just got is 20 hours. Yeah, 20 something hours. I've gotten a lot of James Patterson books as audiobooks of late, which is really, really exciting. And I got Jen McCready's book, McCurdo? Well, the girl that was in iCarly. Um, and there was one more question. Oh, murder mystery. For murder mysteries, the two areas that I read in murder mysteries is cozy mysteries where you have immature sleuths. So that is one area that I read, and that is probably my favorite genre, even above historical fiction, is when you have a busybody or nosy person who just has to be the one to solve the crime. I read a lot of those, and those a lot are in series. The other area for murder mysteries are crime mysteries like police type thingies, like you have detectives, inspectors, or partner teams, and those make up tons of the series that I read. So those are some of the things that I read when I read murder mysteries. Let me see if I missed anything else. 50 books is nothing to be worried about, Randy. I think that's great. But crime fiction, girl, I'm not crazy about it. I have one crime fiction book, and it's right over there, Unmasked by Paul Holes. No, Nightmare City. I did read it, but not going to stay with it. Yes, I do read some pre-World War II. For Victoria, okay, for Victorian, it's usually historical romance. For Regency, it's usually historical romance. But for Tudor era or Edwardian, for those books, I belong to a group. It's called Door Knockers or Door Stoppers, where we choose a tome, like a 800 to 1,000 page book every other month, and we read those books as a group and discuss them as groups. So when I do the tomes, then yes, I'm reading pre World War II, like you said, Tudor or Edwardian. Let me see. Libraries, well, I'm mostly homebound, all fired up, so my libraries are digital. Um, Hoopla, I was using Overdrive, but that's being discontinued, so Hoopla and Libby. Hi, Melody. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in like a year or two. Really, really nice to see you. And please get some sleep. I know what time it is for you there. Philippa Gregory, yeah, I remember Philippa Gregory's name. I checked her out. Scandinavian, oh, Lars Kepler and Nesbo. I did read a Scandinavian author this year, but I don't quite remember what book it was. I have only read, and it was a 2 book series, and it was definitely a Scandinavian author. It was called Scandinavian Noir, and I want to read more in that area. I also want to mention that I love J.D. Robb, which is Nora Roberts, and she writes the Eve Dallas series. So I'm caught up to that series, and I'm getting the hardcover for the one that's coming out in February. So I'll be able to be read, keep up on that one as well. I'm going to scroll back, see if I missed anything else. Gabaldon is awesome because Outlander takes you to the Culloden, then to the Caribbean, and then, oh, my family's from the Caribbean. Then to the Revolution here. And okay, you know what? I'm going to have to put Gabaldon on my list. I'll talk to my Doorstoppers group and see if we can do that as a group. Always have been amazed. I read that one. Um, with James Patterson, the most recent book I read by him was Diana, William, and Harry, and it was about obviously Princess Diana and the two sons. That was like no shame, no, no offense to James Patterson, but I literally just listened to that as an audiobook. That was like sitting in history class, and it's a double class, and you're forced to sit there for 2 hours straight. That's what that was like. But once I got past the drone of the narrator, I was able to enjoy the tidbits about their lives. I set my 22 goal lower than usual, 200. You know what? Just my goal was 600, but I had kind of like a mental break at the end of January, so I dropped it to 400, and now I'm at about 425. So I did pass my Goodreads goal. So I'm just going to leave my goal there and just watch the numbers climb. But 200 is an excellent goal. Yeah, Jess, I think part of this problem with that James Patterson book was the narrator. I think he would do fine reading algebra books and books about statistics. That was a difficult listen. My daughter was said that she was at BJ's and she was shopping for books, and her fiance said, "Why are you shopping for books? Ma's got all the books in the world." So she came over and she got a book. She's read 2 pages. So she can't, she's got 2 babies though, and she works full time. So I'm hoping that she gets back to reading because she used to read a lot before she had the kids. Yeah, Hoopla is really, really good. I find that I'm between Hoopla and Libby. When I look for connected books to books that I get for review, I usually find about 90% of what I'm looking for. When I don't find what I'm looking for, then I will use my precious Audible credits, and then there's the occasional time I can get a book from Scribd and get my audiobooks that way. But like I said, I got accepted to an two audiobook listener programs. So now the world's my oyster. So I could just I could literally just spend all my time reviewing audiobooks if that's what I wanted to do. But that's not what I want to do though. I was on a Facebook group that it's a reviewer Facebook group, and some a new reviewer asked a question, and her question was, if I wanted to do YouTube, what direction should I go to talk about books? And so I told her what I did, and somebody said, "Oh, I don't know why anybody would bother to watch book review videos. I can read a book review in 2 or 3 minutes and be on with my day. That's a drone. Whoever does book review videos drones on." Well, that kind of hurt me for a second, but then I look at my stats in my YouTube studio, and I'm okay talking about the books that I love and the subjects that I love surrounding books. There are people out there who will want to read a book, and I may get a comment from a video I made 6 months ago, or a year ago, or yesterday, or 2 days ago. So it works. Hi, Mary Making Crafts. Enjoy your lunch. And um, oh, she just got her DAC mystery box. Oh, let us know what you got. Now, do I like to read books from the Mammoth Age? I've never read anything from the Mammoth Age. I will definitely write her name down, Berta. Wow. Yeah, one thing about my book review videos and my book reviews that I write is number one, there's never, ever, ever a spoiler. And number two, no book review video or book review on my blog is the same. The only thing about my book reviews is sit back for a minute because I can write. I think I was a writer in another life. So I have an eidetic memory. The only thing wrong with my memory, and this affects me in everyday life, is names. For some reason, names don't want to stick with me. But if I get past that little hiccup of being stuck on names, I can tell you about a book page by page by page. And like right now, I think I have maybe 10 more book reviews to write. And once I get them all, once I sit down to write it, I can just recall everything from that book and then the next one and the next one and the next one. I will, Berta. I have honestly never heard of the Mammoth Age. Now you've got me interested. I read this cute little YA book, so now I kind of want to read some more YA. I read one last month and I read one this month. The one I read last month was about a Chinese girl trying to, I can't even remember that one off the top of my head, but just comparing it to the one I read this month was about a girl in Mumbai, India. So I love reading different cultures. Like, for example, in India, every adult that a young person approaches, and if anybody is from India, correct me if I'm wrong, is either auntie or uncle. And I didn't fully understand that because I read a romance a couple months ago, and it was about a wedding and the fiasco of the bride being invited to her former fiance's wedding. And she was calling all these ladies aunts, and I'm like, but you don't even know that family. And then when I read the YA book, I'm like, oh, that's the custom. So I like learning like that. Oh yes, I do have a kitty back there. Let's see. How can I? Oh, you can see him. Yeah, he's right there sleeping in my chair. There's a cushion. Let me move the cushion. Oh, there's two actually. They're neck pillows. Let me move them so you can see him better. There you go. That's Toby. Toby is in every room that I'm in. If I'm in here, he's in here. If I'm in the kitchen, he lays on a kitchen chair. If I'm in my bed, he's in my bed. If I'm in the living room, he's on my lap. He never, even if he's dead asleep when I change rooms, he will follow me from to every room. I have another cat named Milo, but Milo only comes up here if he wants to get in the window that's behind his drafting table. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Um, yeah, YA is something that I want to read more of, Tia. It's really really sweet. I mean, this girl in this book that I just read, she had a crush on a pop star, and she also had a crush on her best friend's boyfriend. But her best friend's boyfriend was just boyfriend number three and wasn't even really all that important to her best friend. And her mother was all up in her business, so she decided, okay, I'm going to marry off my mother. So she decides to check out dating apps to find her mother a man. It was so cute. I loved it. No, he's not phased at all. The only thing he cares about is that I stay in the same room with him. So emeralds and fairy lights. Oh my goodness. I really wanted that box, but I said, no, I don't need it. Oh, pumpkin has to be your shadow, Mary. That is cute. Hi, Cats Gallery. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank thank you, Blunts and Gems. He is a sweetheart. I call him a baby. He's a crybaby, and he's so spoiled. His brother Milo is very independent, but this guy he just needs to be near me. Oh, I gathered all these, but we're getting to the end, so I don't need that many drills. So let me reselect. It's hard to rechat, talk to you guys, and diamond paint at the same time. I'm sure if I were a regular streamer, I would get more acclimated to it, but you know. So I got a question for you guys. You know, one of my questions I was thinking about is asking you what your guilty pleasures are, because my guilty pleasure is reality TV. And I only have, I think, four shows that I watch. One is The Bachelor slash Bachelorette, so that's really two shows. Then the other is Big Brother, and then Amazing Race and Survivor. So Amazing Race and Survivor kicks off on Wednesday, so I'm excited about that. The Bachelorette, I didn't continue because I just couldn't handle those two girls anymore. So I don't know who picked who, don't care. Done with that. Cheaters TV show, never seen Cheaters. Just other than those four shows that I mentioned, even though I gave up on The Bachelorette, I don't really watch much TV either. Sci-fi romance, not reading much of that at all. Haven't come across much of that. Um, Jasper and Legos. Oh, Yago. Okay, Yago. Jasper and Yago. YouTube is your guilty pleasure. If YouTube is my guilty pleasure, I would say that it would be family channels. If there's a family channel out there that has adopted a child, I have watched that channel. That's my guilty pleasure. And my other guilty pleasure is um, tiny houses and van life. I want to see how you survive in a van with your other half or with two or three children. So yeah, I watch those. I've never seen Cheaters. I don't even know what network that comes on. Hi again, Danielle. I see you changed accounts. No. And I'm so glad I didn't just, I'm so glad I did not follow that family because I could never give up on a child. Mm-mm. No, I only started watching family channels about 2 years ago. And if I'm not mistaken, the family you're thinking of, this was 2.5 to 3 years ago. I just, no, no. That upsets me. That gives me chills. I don't care how difficult a child is. Once you bring that child into your life, that child, you should do anything, bend over backwards, do backflips, stand on your head to be the best parent you could be for that child. But to send that child back, no, that's no. I don't even know what that channel's name is, and I hope they're not even on there. Oh, okay, Danielle. Rebecca, I can't do true crime. I can't watch it. I can't read it. I can't listen to it. I don't want to know about it. I have serious, severe night terrors. And any new true crime that I read just permeates my subconscious and destroys my sleep. So I'm sorry, I'm not watching your crime stuff. Okay, just a few more of these U's. Let's see, four right there. And then, yeah, I do find it very, excuse me, I do find it very stressful. I have a friend who's also a reader and a book reviewer, and her favorite thing besides reading is true crime podcasts. And she will often talk about those in our book groups. And I just have to scan past that because I literally cannot let something go. I don't know if you probably heard this expression, once you see it, it's there permanently. And no, me do not do true crime. No way, Jose. Now, my husband, he watches all of that crazy stuff, like what is that show where the wives are crazy and don't cross the woman because she's gonna. Oh, he watches all that stuff. So I keep this door shut that's behind me so I don't have to hear that. Oh, I know. I'm so glad. Oh, Danielle, I'm sorry. There's two Danielles here. I confused you. First of all, hi, Danielle. Thank you for joining. Danielle is a friend from another community that I'm a part of. Two Danielles here. And Danielle, yes, I'm thrilled Taylor won. And I am going to talk about Big Brother on an upcoming whip and chat after the cookout is interviewed by Julie this week. So look for that. 2018, my husband hit the road in the forest, then had to switch out my. Oh wow, cool, Jenny Rose. You know what? Who says this? Blunts and Jens. Sam says, sadly, I love true crime. I have this very good friend. Her name is Fashawn. She is the one who really got me connected with publishers when I started reviewing. And this woman knows me as well as anybody in my family knows me. And do you know she still tries to talk to me about the true crime shows and get me to watch them, even though she knows how badly I sleep after them? Yeah, I understand that. That's a love that a lot of people have. No worries. Okay, I think I just have one more you. Let me take a quick look down. Okay, yeah, got all those. I appreciate that, Daniel. You know what? There's two Danielles here, so when I saw your name, I thought that down south Stitcher had switched accounts, so that's why I didn't catch on. But that Z should have tipped me off. But I'm just running my mouth, so I didn't see it. That's okay, Danielle. I'm only chatting. I'm not really diamond painting, so you're not gonna have to suffer too much. Danielle's corner just despises diamond painting, so she doesn't usually watch diamond painting lives. I think this is an H. I gotta take my. Oh, that's an S. Okay, I had to take my glasses off to see what that was. Let me find that. It should be right over here. You gotta see it. Oh, how exciting, Jenny Rose. See, I tell you, the older I get and the older hubby gets, I mean, he's gonna be 70 next year. Those are dreams I will never fulfill. Ah, thank you, Danielle. Thank you for suffering through me diamond painting. I appreciate that. One thing I think I would love to do when it comes to what Jenny Rose is saying is I would love to rent an RV and go on vacation in an RV. I think that would be my closest to fulfilling that dream. So one day we'll see. Guys, hope you don't mind if I have a little coffee. It's getting chilled. Thank you, Danielle. You guys ever do this? Let's see. You pick up four drills that are spaced apart so that you can pop them in an open space instead of single placing. I know that's lazy, but it works. I just was able to pop four spaced out drills. I love doing that. I want to get back to cross stitching, but I kind of had like a mental block and drill. No, Um, the Great Escape event was coming up, and I had a diamond painting that I had started like back in January that I hadn't worked on. So I finished that diamond painting, and then I did the one for the Great Escape, and then I did another one, and now I'm doing another one, and I've already thought about what I want to do after this one. So I don't know when I'm going to stitch anytime soon, but I'm just loving diamond painting right now. And I did start a jigsaw puzzle yellow. It's a Cobble Hill puzzle. They have a rainbow series. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Good, good. Then I just look at you guys because I only have about 9 more minutes anyway. Um, I am determined to get up from this gaming chair and go sit in my bedroom and work on that gorgeous puzzle. It's yellow, it's pretty. And plus, when we went to New Hampshire on vacation, I bought a puzzle to commemorate that vacation. So I need to get that puzzle done as well. Yeah, Tia, doesn't that sound like a fun adventure? Oh my goodness. That sounded like so much fun. A little life, a rough road, even for you, very true. Wait a minute. What are you trying to get through, Danielle's? Let me go back. I'm not sure what you said is triggering, Danielle. Oh, you know what, Danielle? I didn't finish watching MasterChef either. And the only reason I didn't finish watching MasterChef is because I just don't watch a lot of TV anymore. So I did mention guilty pleasures, but I don't know if anybody answered. Is anybody going to watch Survivor or The Amazing Race this year? And does anybody watch The Bachelor? And if so, were you able to stick with it with the crying? I couldn't do the crying anymore, so I don't care who won or who got who. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry that it's triggering. I'm sorry. Yes, Jenny Rose. The race will be back on Wednesday. The race and Survivor are going to be premiering Wednesday night. I've got to look that up. I don't know if I want to read a book that's triggering, Danielle. I don't do well with stuff like that. I was watching a compilation about Survivor on YouTube about things that took players out of the game where they had to be pulled out by medical. And do you know that the biggest reason that people had to leave Survivor was because of heat exhaustion? I was amazed. I mean, you would think somebody broke a leg or they got bit by something in the ocean or but no, it was heat exhaustion is the biggest reason people leave that show. It probably wouldn't, Danielle, because everything triggers me. You know, I, I'm a very emotional person, and I'm drawing a blank on the word that I am. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but I absorb other people's emotions. I'm totally drawing a blank on that word, but like for example, there's this book that I just read where it's Our Stolen Child, and I think it's coming up on my blog in a few days. And it was about a couple who couldn't get pregnant and they were using IVF. And I'm an empath. Thank you, Kat. Yes, I'm an empath. All of you, Danielle, Jenny, Rose, and Kat. Thank you. As an empath, it's very hard for me with certain books. Like the book that I read, this couple was using IVF and they had one embryo left and pretty much no more money left in the bank. And they go for their final embryo transplant and they find out that the embryo is missing. And then the lab gets back to them and says, "We're sorry. Your embryo was implanted in another woman 4 years ago. She's raising a 3-year-old little girl." And so then it became a court case. So right away, the tears stopped coming out of my eyes. I think about the Bible. I think about King Solomon and the two prostitutes who both claimed that that baby was theirs, and I got all up in arms about that book, and it was just fiction. So it's hard for me. Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, I get that, Randy. Yeah, it's overwhelming because I was in a live and somebody was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer last night. I no, not Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, it wasn't. They might mention Dahmer, but they mentioned someone else. And for a second there, I'm like, I still don't understand in this day and age how people can be so evil. Evil. I know the Bible says this: the world is lying in the power of the wicked one. I know that, but it still behooves me that people can be so awful. It never ceases to amaze me, you know. So no, I don't think it was Einstein. No, I don't remember. But yeah, so I just yeah, try to avoid true crime. And even with fiction, I don't even want to read straight true crime that's written in a fictional setting. I'll read murder mysteries till the sun comes up. I'll read those because it's all about solving the crime, but not true crime. And when I was mentioning that book, Our Stolen Child, and the whole thing about the lost embryo, is I had 6 pregnancies and I have 6 healthy children. Hi, Ruby. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. And so I don't know what it's like to deal with infertility and all of that, but still, that book got to me, even though it's something I've never experienced. And I think that's part of me being an empath. Hi, Wilma. How are you? I know you have strep throat. I hope you're feeling somewhat better. Okay, yeah, get it all set up. I'll see you in your live, Jenny Rose. Thank you for joining me. I'll definitely be there. Danielle says she can't read romance. She gets mad at Mike. Yeah, Danielle, that's why I read romance because I don't have it. Okay, I've been married 40 years, okay? But no, my husband is my husband. I love him dearly, but I don't think I've ever read anybody that's even like him in a romance. That's funny. Yeah, true crime is good when you look at the genius behind solving crime. What does interest me if I were to watch true crime would be cold cases, because you get a new detective on a case that pulls together box after box after box of evidence, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and they put it all together and they solve that crime. That's where you can catch me involved in that. Hi, Irene. How are you? Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be ending in about 1 minute to give everybody a chance to wet their whistle or relieve themselves and get ready for Jenny Rose. I believe Jenny Rose is next. And if I'm not mistaken, Danielle, excuse me, Tia just shared the link. And the thing is, if you click that link and you're watching a live, you should be automatically switched over to the next live. I love that idea. Well, thank you all, Fired Up. I appreciate that. I didn't think I would have as much to talk about as I did because I'm all about reading. Yes, I do have all the things on my name because I do like diamond painting, jigsaw puzzles, cross stitching, and other things, but I prefer reading. So I didn't think I'd be entertaining. So thank you. But thank you so much, Randy. Thank you, everybody. I think it's only fit that I end now so that Jenny Rose gets a chance to set up and to start on time. I want everybody to, hi Lois, thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming, and I appreciate you keeping me talking because I didn't know that I was going to be able to do that. It was really nice to meet everybody, and I hope you all have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of this event, which goes until tomorrow evening. Bye, everybody.